In this short video, we introduce you to our new paper on how voluntary sustainability standards can foster compliance with their standards through the way they are designed.
Voluntary Sustainability Standards, or VSS, are these logos that one can see on some products like coffee, cocoa, paper products, and many others. They develop rules to make production more sustainable. VSS have gained a lot of prominence in the past 20 years, so significant research has been conducted to understand their sustainability impact. The evidence on this is inconclusive and highly dependent on the context.
So now, research is evolving towards understanding what makes VSS effective in generating sustainability. In particular, one of the reasons why VSS do not always deliver on their sustainability promises is the lack of compliance with their standards.
In parallel, research also points to the importance of how VSS are designed for their effectiveness. This is what motivated our research to understand how the design of VSS can foster compliance with their sustainability standards. Based on the existing literature, we put forward three main mechanisms through which VSS can foster compliance with their standards. The first mechanism is enforcement, or command and control, developing rules and controlling their implementation, for example, through audits. The second one is a market incentives mechanism, or giving rewards for rule implementation, for example, price premium. The third one is a capacity building mechanism, or enabling producers to comply with sustainability rules through learning and support.
Next, we developed an analytic framework that operationalizes each mechanism into identifiable attributes in the institutional design of VSS. This allows us to score each VSS and to understand the extent to which a VSS uses each mechanism to foster compliance. We applied this framework in an empirical analysis of 13 VSS in the agri-food and wood sectors.
We scored the 13 selected VSS on each mechanism, and we observed significant variation in how VSS use the different mechanisms to foster compliance. We also calculated an average score across the three mechanisms, called the Institutional Design for Compliance score, which also varies. We also observed differences in the extent to which different mechanisms are used across VSS. This chart shows that the enforcement mechanism is used by all VSS to quite a significant extent, since all VSS score quite high, and this seems to suggest that the enforcement mechanism has become necessary for VSS to operate. On the other two mechanisms, there is more variation. The market incentives mechanism remains relatively underused, and the capacity building mechanism shows a lot of variation in the extent to which it is used. This graph also shows that individual VSS use different strategies to generate compliance through different combinations of mechanisms. Some VSS adopt a more balanced approach, while others are more focused.
Our paper matters because it shows ways forward for future research to understand what, within the design of VSS, makes them effective or not. This way, we can better inform the design not only of future VSS, but also of governance instruments for sustainable development more broadly, so that they can become more effective in delivering sustainability benefits.